Creating audios specific to our topic on cancel culture was a successful task. We managed to mimic the style of a cancelled YouTuber. We created our own audios for YouTube intro, segments from the YouTube channel, Instagram story, past interview, etc. I think the interview section was a very creative take on the topic where we also managed to recreate the feeling of being cancelled. The single most problematic aspect of the submitted media was that we were dealing with audio editing for the first time, so we were constrained by learning the program slowly over time. We also had an interview section which had to sound as natural as it could, but since we had online classes and couldn't meet in person, it created a huge problem for us. But since we planned our scripts so extensively, it actually ended up sounding extremely natural. In perspective, Theo talks about sound and image being different media, which sounds basic, but this really came to life while doing the project, as you kind of have to paint a picture in the audience's mind when it comes to audio, especially when we were trying to create a backstory for the cancelled YouTuber. He also talks about sound as different planes and that focusing is done in planes of depth. He perfectly explains the concept of emphasizing certain planes, like how an orchestra might emphasize the strings versus the trombones, and this helped us create specific sounds to our topic. I could better speak and space out with audio, as I could read the script without having to be in front of the camera as I am right now. Since it wasn't about, oh, this shot does not look nice, I need to film it again, so I realized that when it came to editing, it was much of a smoother cut. Being definite in what you place and where to help establish a motive and a theme is important. So when we were trying to make our interview sound as realistic as we could, we set an interview scene as well as a cancelled YouTube story scene, including replicating the feeling of being cancelled online through audios. Usually, I prefer working alone, but in the media industry, a lot of projects require you to work with tons of other people, and it truly amazed me how every member had their strengths and qualities that they brought to the table. And it wasn't hard because everyone was extremely passionate about the topic. Everyone was very receptive, and since we are all just learning, no one pulled the other one down for not knowing something, just helped each other up. We had very scheduled out meetings, and everything was done way before time. I myself did not want to let anyone down. Our first meeting made us quickly realize each other's strengths, and we really worked around that, and I think that is what made it successful. That is also something I would like to take away from the project. Most of the feedback was really positive. We received suggestions about the audio level and making the sound clearer, which we closely listened to and later worked on. We had included a pause after an audio for a dramatic effect, and one of the peers suggested to increase it. Increasing the pause was just a small change that we made, which in the end made it sound so much more impactful. Which just goes on to prove how, to set a theme, it is really important what you place and where. The timing of it all makes so much of a difference. This situation has also compelled me to stay at home. It isn't safe when I receive death threats on a daily basis. People don't understand that words have impact. It has majorly affected my mental health.
That seems horrifying.